Welcome to The Back and Forth, the show by co-parents
for co-parents,
talking about the things that co-parents go through. I'm Kevin, and this is
Chanel.
Let's go. In 3, 2, 1. I clapped. I don't know. I clapped. We back.
I have no idea.
All right, Chanel.
Yes.
Chanel. How are you doing?
I'm well. It's a great day to be alive, serving my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. How you doing today, Kev?
I'm doing great. I'm blessed, highly favored. I'm the head, not the tail. We are doing great over here. It's hot. I'm sweating.
Get you a fan. Get you a church fan.
No, I'm good. I
just need the church fan. Oh Lord.
But
really? What church you go to with that thing?
Hey, we are the church.
Okay, Kev.
All right, so Chanel, you're not gonna lose this here. You're not gonna lose this right here. Because it's always me who tends to see these things popping up on the social and the medias and the internets. But I believe that you have something for the viewers today, the co-parents who are out there maybe going through something like this. And it's probably to their best interest if they pay attention to what you're about to spit, because you're about to give some good information right here.
I'm about to give y'all some bars. Somebody
needs to hear. Somebody out there needs to hear this. So Chanel, without further ado, we're gonna jump right in there. Let's get on out there. Let's go.
Yes, we're gonna jump right in here. Kev, can you put my stuff up on the screen, please, sir? Can it go up on the screen? Can I get that?
Oh, you want to put it in the middle here?
Yes.
Okay, there it goes.
Thank you. So this is what popped up on my social medias. It says, normally I don't share my personal business on Facebook. To make a long story short, Gianni's dad was granted temporary custody for me missing one family co-parenting court date. Woo! After going to close to 8 court dates, usually PTO already, I didn't have the time to miss another day as of yet. I submitted my request for a continuation to the courts, and I was still given a failure to appear. I was at work when I received a call stating that Gianni's dad came up from Georgia and removed Gianni from summer camp. My heart is torn into a million pieces because if anyone was to ask for a good mother for their child, I would be it. Gianni is loved by many, and he is ridiculously crazy about me. I work a full-time job for family medicine and PRN as a med tech at an assisted living facility. On top of that, I'm in school part-time to obtain my BSN RN. Gianni's dad has never been happy about me getting married and making it in life. To God be the glory. Gianni has been gone for 1 week, and his dad nor the wife would answer my calls. I've been in major stress the last few days. I can't think straight nor sleep well thinking about my baby. He must be stressed too because he hasn't talked to me. He couldn't say, bye, Mama, I love you. I have court again on August 13th, and I can't wait. I miss my Gianni. Maybe if I was out there hopping, clubbing, drinking, and smoking, I would be an exceptional mother. I have goals, and I'm a real woman striving for them. Gianni has always been my drive to press on. God got me. All right, Kev, I'm going to give you first dibs on this. Yes, you get first dibs on this. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this mom and her explanation for, this court-ordered co-parenting court date, since we're talking to the co-parents?
Well, I think it's important that, I'm always going to go back to communication. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important that we as parents, as co-parents, can talk to one another. If all these court dates was causing her to have to miss work, which is important because she has to provide for her child, then the two of them could have had a conversation. I'm not sure, like she said something about they're not happy when she got remarried or something like that. But is there something else there? Because to have that many court dates, that's a lot of court dates. There's a lot of stuff must be going on.
Right.
And for him to show up and just take the child out of summer camp and now you don't see the child anymore, something had to happen that was deeper than what we can see here in this post here, because if you are doing what you're supposed to do and you are getting along with the other parent, even if you're not, there still needs to be some kind of communication, because this doesn't just happen overnight. This had to be, we had to work up to this point where somebody can take somebody away from you, take a child away from you, and you have no say so in the matter whatsoever. I don't know all the backstory behind it, but some just don't smell right to me.
Yeah.
I don't know about what you think.
Well, you know, like you said, I mean, if you are court ordered to go to co-parenting session, there is definitely some high conflict here. You know, with high conflict, we talk about this individually on our individual platforms as well as on the show, Kev, about high conflict parenting and co-parenting. But when you are involved in a high conflict co-parenting situation, you have got to make sure your stuff is tight, because that parent is looking for you to mess up just one time. Just one time. And like you said, it takes a buildup to even get to that point. I don't know what the conflict was, where it began, the origination of it. But unless that is rectified, it's going to be stress. Yes. It's going to be stress. And your co-parenting plan, your parenting plan, all of that has to be airtight. So with all of that being said, Kev, my suggestion when I'm talking to a parent that is part of a high conflict co-parenting situation is to always have a retained attorney. Always have a retained attorney, because there's so many pieces and laws that are changing and amendments and everything else that if you don't have a retained attorney, you don't know what loophole his attorney is going to advise him to come in and get your kid.
Yes.
And so if you don't have a retained attorney, stuff like this, if she had a retained attorney, stuff like this could have easily been avoided. The attorney could have showed up. The attorney could have set in motion a delay for all of this craziness, and also advised her to be able to keep her child. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So with high conflict co-parenting, it's going to cost everybody money. It's going to cost everybody money, because now I'm not talking about child support, but I'm talking about in just keeping your mind together. Because this person, I don't know if he's a narcissist or what, but this person is hell-bent on winning at all costs, even at the cost of the child's normalcy. You know, like this child literally went to camp. His mom dropped him off at camp, thinking he gonna go home and, you know, play with his toys at his mama's house, to having to go all the way back to Georgia to a place that he's not used to, because she's saying that as if they live in different states. So imagine the traumatic stuff happening with this child, but the dad didn't care. He's like, oh, we got a loophole. I'm about to go do this, and snatch this kid up, and did it, and legally got away with it. So
what about the parent out there who's looking at this right now, who's saying to themselves, well, I can't afford to put an attorney on retainer. So what I mean, what that could happen to me. So what about that person?
That's tough. Like you said, the thing that you don't want to ever have to be in this situation. So if there's any way that you can communicate and show your attempts at communication, I think that would be good in the eyes of the court. You know, perhaps you can seek out a pro bono attorneys. There's attorneys that do pro bono work all the time. Clinics, you know, that do work. You know, I'm not saying they do co-parenting type work, but they know the law. You know, that's their job to know the law. So perhaps you can have something like that in place. Because like I said, if you're not educated in the area of the legalities that come with parenting plans, again, this guy was able to do this legally. Yeah. Even though it was not in the best interest of this child. So there's still loopholes in the law. And until we get this perfected, which we'll never get there, but Jesus gonna come back until it gets perfected. So, you know, it's never going to be perfect. But he was able to take this child out of the comfort zone that he's used to legally. Yes. and have him until their next court date, and probably after that.
And this happens more than we think it does, you know. And I would ask you as a mediator, you know, when you're dealing with co-parents who may be high conflict, you know, and so they can't find a way to get along because of their past, and they can't get beyond their past issues. These things can tend to happen more than we think they can. So somebody's always trying to win. And, you know, and the child is just the trophy. And it's sad that we say it like that, but the child is the trophy, because if I can claim ownership of this child, I have a piece of you, and you can't control this, or I can't control you because I've got this, and you want to see this, or you want to be a part of this. So you got to work with me. And it's that control issue. You know, from personal experience, you have to show up for those court dates, because the one time you don't show up, the other parent may show up if they've been known not to show up, and, you know, you may end up losing. So you have to be there. It sucks. Yes, it does. You may have to take off work. Yes, you do. But this is the part of co-parenting that's not in the books. There's no perfect book about co-parenting. We have to learn how to get along. Yes. We have to learn how to communicate. Yes. But we also have to know when to show up. Because the time you don't show up, it may affect the child. In this situation right here, just affected the child.
It did. And she said that she showed up to all of them. You know, she showed up to all of them, but the one, you know, and that's why I said to have a retained attorney. Because it can be something simple as missing a phone call, you know, that can start a dialogue or a log of contempt. They can call it contempt. You know, like, I'm supposed to get phone calls every Tuesday, and you didn't get me my phone call, so I'm gonna file for contempt. Like, this high conflict stuff, like I said, it's so petty. It's so petty that you can even have a simple conversation between two adults to just solve this stuff. But guess who's getting paid? The kid ain't getting paid. The kid ain't getting paid no way, no how. But, you know, you got everybody and their mama involved, and they living off of this conflict. Like, that's the part that makes me so passionate about what I do, Kev, because you know, we can say don't create kids with people, you know, be careful who you, but the kids are already here.
You're already here.
You know, they're already here. So what are we going to do because they're already here? You know, and the best way that you can do is if you can communicate, but if that's not working, then you've got to have an airtight custody or parenting plan. And if you can, make a friend, make an attorney friend. You get you some new friends or something. Get you an attorney friend that you can have on retainer. Okay. That's my suggestion.
And it's one of the things I always talk about, you know, on your job that you go to, for those of you who work at a place that has several people, unless you're an entrepreneur, you got your own business. But if you go to a job every day and you got to work with people, at a business, our job is to do the job that we're hired to do. You may not get along with those people that's on your job, but you still have to work with them. You have to work with them in order to attain those goals, those taskers, those quotas that you all have to meet. So if you cannot get along with the other co-parent, you can't talk to this person because of your past, and you always seem to drug up old issues, then you may have to handle this thing like a business-like relationship, where the business is the job of raising your child. And so the two of you may not get along. You may not be able to, you can't even stand that person. However, what do we need to do for the best interest of our child, despite anything that we've gone through? I don't care if we have to send simple text messages or email. And if it's court order, you have to go through that communication plan where you have to do that, then you need to stick to it. Take the feelings out of it, because those things are gone. You no longer are with that person. But you need to find a way to get along, or this thing could happen where your child is not where they're supposed to be. When you go to pick them up, they end up going somewhere with the other parent because you missed out on an appointment. It happens. It sucks. Yes, it does. But what are you going to do about it to make the situation better? You can't wait for the other co-parent. you have to take it upon yourself to take the initiative and do what's best for your child also sometimes. You can't wait for the other parent. Ooh, sorry. I'm running.
Ooh, Kev, you said a mouthful there. I mean, you did. You said a mouthful there, and that is so true. I've advised clients definitely go, and it's that. Now, let me tell you something. That is easy for us to say, kind of, Kev. You know, on our side of the table. You know, go business. You know, it's not as easy as we say it though, because I remember I've had this conversation with this woman several times. Several times. Oh, but you know, the kids are going to be da, 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 da. And they go right back into that emotional connection that they had with this person. And I'm like, he is not that person anymore.
Nope.
Let me remind you of the 10 things he literally just did this past week.
Yeah.
He is not that person. So you got to see these facts, because that's all the court is going to look at are these facts. That's all they're going to look at are these facts, you know? And so we could say that whole business thing, like it's not easy. I get it. It's not easy, guys. But I will tell you though, if you get you a coach, get you a mentor, whatever, that's going to remind you of why you are doing this to protect your children. Because if you think, oh, he's going to do this or he's going to do that or whatever, he's going to come and get your kids. That's what he's going to do.
Yes.
He gonna come and get your kids because his little girlfriend may be in his ear, his mama may be in his ear, somebody may be in his ear. You don't know. Yep. And he may think, oh, I know how to get her. I know how to, you know, I know how she worked, you know, because of he had this relationship with you. And so he may be banking on that. And guess what? He called your bluff and you fell for it. Now you gave him all your chips.
Yep.
Poker terminology. But yes, you done gave him all your chips.
Yeah. Well, we gave him all your chips. That's how you got here. Gave him some chips.
Gave him some chips. Cat had his hand in the chip bag.
Well, Chanel.
Or the cookie jar. Which one?
Girl, I'm not going. You're not going to take this show off the spiral. You're going to spiral it out of. Here it goes. Here it goes.
You started it. I was just.
We've already prayed.
Poker.
We prayed for the show.
About cookies and stuff.
We prayed for the show. We're not talking about putting your hand in somebody's cookies and all that stuff. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Keep it like a business. Keep it like a business.
I should have prayed.
Yeah, keep it like a business. Chanel, this has been another good topic. I don't know how you do it. You always end up taking it off the rails as usual.
It was a great show, though. You know,
but I appreciate it. I appreciate with the stuff that you're bringing to these co-parents, because believe me, if you read between the lines, because we're not just giving you between lines, we're actually telling you, we're giving you insight and tips and not tricks of the trade or things you can do to help you out in these type of situations. And so if you find benefit in these things, by all means, leave it in the comments. Let us know you appreciate these things.
Share this too.
Let us know if you run into any situations similar to this, and we could probably talk about those also. But like, subscribe, and hit that notify so you know the next time we put one out here. Chanel, how can people find you out here in these streets?
Oh, hopefully they're not finding me out in the streets. You don't know what you're gonna find. But anyway, y'all can find me right here, Chanel Renee Speaks on Instagram. On Instagram, and then down below in the description or in the somewhere down below, I mean in the box anyway, somewhere y'all can find save me, Kev. You see me drowning out here. Save me. Anyway, y'all can find me at www.pricelessandbeyond.org. You can see all the content, all the tea, everything that I have to offer out there. Save me, Kev, because I don't even know where I'm going right now.
Okay. Sometimes you gotta let them sink or swim. And so she was just sinking. She was just sinking and sinking and sinking.
You ain't gonna save me.
Here I come. This is me. I'm Kevin L. Scott. You can find me on IG at Kevin_L_Scott. I'll put it right up under here somewhere. And also you can find me at www.teambyw.com, where you see all things I have to offer. And also go on IG and click on that on my profile. And you can see the plethora of things that I have out there that you might be interested in. If you want some coaching, you want some consultation, you want some free documents, you can go out there and look at them. You find them there. But by all means, y'all need to stay safe in these streets. And Chanel, take us home.
Yes, keep God first in every single thing that you do, even in co-parenting. Keep God first. He gonna save you. He gonna save you if you ain't already saved.
She's sinking. Here she goes. And y'all, be safe out there in the streets, and make sure you get to your appointments and you don't miss out on anything, because it could end up costing you your child. That's all we got. Let's go. We out.
Have a good one, guys.